Real estate developers are a key party in the securing of homes, especially through mortgage plans acquired by clients. Oftentimes, these home developments are termed unreasonably priced due to certain reasons like gentrification, high cost of land, high cost of building materials, and other contributory factors. In a climate with expensive homes, mortgages have been working mechanisms to acquire homes for many. Mortgages are, however, more accessible to income earners in the formal sector of the economy in Ghana, but some banks have introduced ways of capturing income earners in the informal sector regardless of the huge disparity. There is often a skeptical attitude towards the accessing of this socio-economic facility, but an expert in the industry debunks certain misconceptions.
People think that when you take mortgage, you will never finish paying, and the bank will run after you, and one day, if you're not careful, you'll be sleeping on the streets. If you want to rent a property and you're paying 500 Ghana cedis, after a year or two, you lose that money because you live in the property. But if you added, let's say, 100 or 200 to that to honor your repayments, after a year or two, the value of the property would have appreciated and you have built-in equity. So it is always important that you start by getting mortgage, getting your own property so that you can assess and gain from the value appreciation that comes along with the ownership of the property.
Housing is often an area of huge concern for individuals and families at certain points in their lives. In Ghana, affordable housing at locations with close proximity to places of work is in high demand, contributing to the price hikes in rent, land, and homes. The CEO of Saka Homes advised the public on being strategic in home acquisition.
Learn to be realistic. You realize that a lot of us have Coke money but a champagne appetite. It's acceptable, but once the champagne money is not there, try and live with the Coke money. The one who can easily afford a Denta wants East Legon. The one who can easily afford East Legon wants Cantonments. Properties usually appreciate in value. The fact that, and you see, when we are buying houses, we behave like the house we are buying is the end of all. It's like you are buying a house for life. Your house will appreciate in value. So if today you start in Oyarifa, instead of paying a rent for somebody, you are putting value in your own property. You pay a mortgage over a period. 5 years time, your income has improved. Your house has appreciated in value. You can leverage on that house for an equity release, or you can sell that house, add money to it, and move closer to town.
Homes are a lot more expensive in Ghana, especially in Accra as compared to other parts of the developing world. This pertinent issue has been attributed to several reasons, ranging from land title issues to duties paid on building materials imported.
It is mainly to do with the materials we use in building. Most of them are imported, they are dollar indexed, so once the dollar goes up, prices go up. That's even one reason why we quote our houses in dollars. The land issues, there are lands that you buy once or twice, there's so much litigation. Akwate will sell you the land, as when you are on it, Akwete will come that Akwate didn't have to sell, then they take you to court. And you know the way our court system is too, it wastes time, so you end up buying the land twice. And it happens to most developers, so we also have to pass on the cost onto the product. We are not running a charity, it's a business.
Discussing the setup of the financial sector and how well the structure supports mortgage applications in the country, together with banks' management of demand, the banking executive presented some insight.
You want to be sure that whoever you are giving money to should be able to pay you back. Because note that that money you are giving out is not your money. Okay, it is other people's money that you have taken. So when you give out that money, the person must be able to pay back. The only way to be able to assess and confirm that that payment would come is by the records that the person has. So if you have an informal sector, someone who works in an informal sector, and the person has good records, the bank is able to look at that. Like, for example, you have good banking, you pay in and you withdraw, you pay in, all payment goes to bank, and then you withdraw. Because you'll be doing business with us, we can track your business, we can know that this amount of money comes in at this point in time and that you have reliable income.
The importance of housing in the economic and social development of a nation cannot be overestimated. Housing is the key element in the generation of economic growth and development. As a result, it has impacted positively on the growth and development of many societies in the world, but this is not the case in Ghana. Over the years, the various governments have rolled out policies and interventions to make affordable housing available and more accessible to Ghanaians, but not so much has improved. There, however, continues to be advocacy for a firm and lasting solution to be implemented by government.
In any economically developed society, everybody will use a mortgage. Even if you have the money, you use the mortgage. Because the mortgage gives you a payment stretch term and a longer period to pay it off. It requires social intervention, and that can only be done by the government. It's a social demand. It's part of the social contract between you who want to govern and the people. If a mortgage is 8% interest, more people can afford it, and more people will also come for it. And when the thing is affordable, there's no default in payment. You understand? People will pay.
For many, even with the high interest rates mortgages come with in the country, the long-term socio-economic facility continues to be a valid option for securing homes. For others who do not meet the criteria for qualification or are uninformed in their options, home acquisition continues to be a life necessity difficult to reach.